Hello and welcome to the Serpent Temple podcast and YouTube channel. I'm here with Asymmetric Universe. Thank you so much for coming. Please introduce yourselves with the camera.
Oh, thank you so much for having us. I'm Federico, the guitar player of the Asymmetric Universe.
And I'm Nicolo, the bass player of Asymmetric Universe.
Amazing, amazing. You guys just played an amazing set.
Thank you.
It was blistering. Yeah.
Thank you.
I was wondering, because I know on your Bandcamp description you have like a full string quartet.
Yeah.
And you have like trumpets and saxophones, and you still managed to like do all of that whilst playing like incredible time signatures. And like you finger picking on the bass, which blew my mind. Yeah. It's really crazy.
Yeah, my fingers, they are all broke.
You were doing like chords as well.
Yeah.
I've never seen anyone do that. I've never seen that. I'm not even a bassist and I know that's hard. So we're going to do a really quick Psycard reading. It's going to be 3 cards, past, present, future. We'll turn each over one by one. So who wants to see the past?
This one.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Friendship. I shuffle this deck so many times and we always get the same cards.
Okay.
I'm going to take this card out, I swear to God. Okay, I'll read you friendship. So this card shows the aspect of life that centers around friends, comradeship, and sociabilities. It stands for parties and togetherness.
Okay.
I mean, you guys are in a band. You play incredibly complicated music together. How do you manage to do that on stage, live? Like, are you playing to a click? Do you have like, okay, you're doing a...
Yeah, actually we have a click track.
Yeah.
We don't listen to it a lot. I mean, we just for the hardest part. But actually we practice a lot the songs. And actually, while during the songwriting, it's useful to think yourself playing that stuff. Because nowadays with computers and whatever, people just write complex stuff.
Yeah.
But actually, performance is a different thing than just writing music. So, as a composers, actually we are composers and composers for the band. It's really important to think actually what you can play, even if you practice a lot. So that's it actually. And even when we switch like bass solo and guitar solo, that's almost a trick. So actually, once you play a solo and then you're just destroyed by that solo, actually you can rest a bit and think you play
But I have to play also under his solo, so I'm the not at all. But he's right. I mean, we think always how it will be played live, and naturally we write things that compenetrates one with another. So they are all built together, and so it's natural to play live all together because the composition itself is thought as something that will be played together, as a whole.
So do you approach composition almost in an orchestral way? Like
exactly,
arranging?
Exactly. I was about to say that because we also study orchestral composition, so the thought behind the orchestral composition is that every instrument is important in its way.
Fantastic.
So if you compose like this, then it's natural to play like that also in live gigs.
Even when we start from a groove or a melody, actually we have already in mind like from the groove like a sort of a melody that will fit in that groove. So actually it's everything as a whole. Or maybe when you compose a melody, you're already starting, or a riff, I'm already thinking drums, or the bass could be, or even strings. They can play pizzicato, or so actually it's in the foundation. It's the foundation of our music songwriting.
I love that. Like, there's a lot of intricacy and lots of details. Like, I noticed your bass tone was like changing as well. And like, is that like programmed into like? Do you have like MIDI programming to change it? And like you're using a backing track at the same time. So is that all linked together?
Yeah.
Really? Like, what are you using? Is it like a Idoru or?
Cubase as a DAW, and I use Helix from Line 6. He's using XFX by
Interesting.
Fractal Audio.
That's really fascinating because like it's a lot to convey musically.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested in like I knew going in it was going to be interesting, like the setup, and like I love that you've done it like that. So.
The tones
musicians
are changing bar by bar. It's like 2 bars with this tone, then 2 bars like that.
Yeah.
The tone with a bit more high frequencies to have a slap more slappy. So it's like I mean, we have technology. We should use it.
Absolutely. I mean, the orchestra was always like it developed because instruments were becoming technologically more advanced or changing, like the piano from the harpsichord and like violas and violins, all these things. So I think why not, if you're coming from especially an orchestral background, it makes total sense that you're using because it's about performance as opposed to like it being a particular way all the time. Yeah, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Do you guys like Alan Holdsworth? Alan Holdsworth.
Yeah.
I kind of noticed. There was like a.
Of course.
He is more nerd about Alan Holdsworth. The guitar play.
Actually, this is a weird maybe thinking about Alan Holdsworth, but the coolest part was about his chords. I mean.
Yes.
I mean, he played. Amazing stuff, but actually he had huge hands. But anyway, actually the way he's thinking like a piano, the guitar, actually inspired me a lot. I mean, in these songs, guitar is not playing usual chords. They're weird stuff.
Yeah.
This comes from Alan Holdsworth a lot.
I know, yeah, we know it's like because he has a very particular way of moving the chords around, and like the particular chords too, like they're really unique to him. And like the way you fit it into the groove, like you were saying, it was very Holdsworthy. It also reminded me of like Japanese 70s prog.
Okay, yes.
I don't know if that's something you guys listen to, but it really reminded me of that.
Gran Turismo soundtrack.
There we go.
Someone says even Final Fantasy also.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's really cool. All right, I love that. Do you want to see what's in the present?
Yeah.
Yeah, wherever. The mother.
Okay.
Okay, let's read this. This is an interesting one.
Okay.
We've not had this yet. Right, the mother. It stands for the feminine, mothering side in our nature, the part of us that is sustaining and protective, yet at times threatens to smother our individuality.
So.
Well, we are brothers, so.
Oh shit! That's really interesting.
I'm starting to believe in these cards.
So friendship and mother. So you're navigating like your family bonds and also your friendship bonds, and you're in a band, so this is stressful at times, especially if you're traveling and you're writing. Like this is a lot to
balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we know each other a lot, and this is cool and not cool at the same time.
We don't have the limits that you would have with people that you don't know that well.
Yeah.
So sometimes you get mad for something very stupid that you wouldn't do that with people that you don't know. So sometimes you get annoyed by something that he keeps doing composition talking about composition, not about his behavior, because it's another my behavior. So it's another thing. But we're starting to see the patterns in composition. So I'm composing some way, he's composing some way. So actually looking for that is something that is getting along with time. In the first time we were not working that good together. Actually, we were starting to work alone and then see each other to see how we develop all the ideas. Actually, now we are back composing together because we understood the language. I understood his language. He understood my language. So. But talking about the mother, yes, we have a mother too. So
you share the same one, yeah.
We have one mother, and sometimes it's difficult actually because maybe music is in family, but sometimes you don't want to be in family because family is something and music is another thing.
Yeah.
But
it's hard maybe sometimes to separate work from family time. It's like maybe you're nerding on video games and it's, you know what, maybe on that bar it's cool to have, but sometimes maybe it's, I just want to relax. So, yeah.
That's really interesting. I mean, there's families of composers like the Bach family, for example,
Yeah.
but I can't think of any composers that were brothers. So this is really, I guess you're like kind of a
Actually,
first.
the funny thing is that we are basically the first in our family as a
Really?
musicians. Yeah. So we don't know why, but we ended up playing instruments and being
That's
musicians.
really interesting.
Yeah.
So was it like, how did you first start playing? Was it when you were a kid? Did
Yeah.
your mum take you to lessons?
No, actually, well, our parents always used to listen good music like Pat Metheny, Ennio Morricone, so all this stuff that influenced us for sure. Then he started to listen to Iron Maiden. I started to listen to Metallica, and
yeah.
then we started studying jazz composition, and then we mixed all together. But actually, our parents really helped us with their influences, but they are not musicians at all. At all. No, So we don't know where we came out.
It
but
just came like that.
Yeah.
It's funny. I love that. The future.
The future.
Who wants to see the future?
the body.
The body. This is interesting. Okay, let me read you this. This is a very rare card.
Okay.
So, this card stands for our physical makeup, indicating health and bodily well-being, or lack of it. It also implies rhythms of our body, which govern our health and happiness together with the meridians.
Well, we are starting to understand that the body is very important in these such things, because if you think to do this for all your life, then you need to take care of your body.
Yeah.
Body, mental health, everything that's related.
Actually, they're linked a lot. Yeah, they're linked in so many ways. Actually, I started mindfulness some years ago during COVID, and it helped me a lot. And then actually I have some problem with my neck, and then I started going therapy, like physiotherapy stuff. And so now I have my routine of stretching, just stretching sometimes like 3 or 4 times per day. And it helped me a lot. Actually, with my nerve while playing on stage, it really helped a lot, because you feel better on there's so many point of view. So actually it's interesting.
And there's always this image of rock star drinking alcohol, beers in tour, but this is actually water. This is not beer. Yeah, it's a fake beer. And in our last tour, we only drank water because it's important to be dehydrated. But because it's your body actually, so sometimes you can have a beer, have some wine, but if you think of a tour, if you think of being like this all your life, then you should take care of yourself.
Yeah.
So
Also playing this genre, you can't
be drunk. It's impossible.
not at all.
Yeah, it's interesting as well, about the rhythms of the body, because what you are doing is extremely rhythmic. It's so complex, the time signatures. Sometimes you're all playing different ones by the sounds of things as well. Even your drummer is playing 2 at the same time.
Yeah.
It's really blowing our minds that you are doing that. And as well, you're creating a body of work. So you are creating a catalog, and the way that you treat yourself will affect the work you produce and the work that you play. So it's all linked, and you have the mother who gave you your body and your relationships and the friendship which is sustaining you as well, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, guys. Do you have anything else to say?
We are happy to be here. It's been great, and thank you for having us.
we can't wait to see Meshuggah and Immortal
Yes. It's a perfect day for you all to be playing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.